Hi class, this is Miss Newman. I am your English instructor this semester. Welcome to my class. I'm happy to teach you this semester and I'm looking forward to showing you how to write essays, specifically college level essays. And so for our very first video, I wanted us to review the 5-paragraph essay structure because students, based off what high school you went to, how long ago you took your high school classes, sometimes students are a little confused about how to structure their 5-paragraph essay. For English 101, all we're going to write is 5-paragraph essays. And so I thought this would be a helpful little refresher if you've covered this material, or it could be that this is the first time you're hearing this information. So either way, it'll be really good for us to spend a few minutes going over the 5-paragraph essay. So your very first paragraph in a 5-paragraph essay is your introduction paragraph. And your introduction paragraph introduces your topic. It ends with a thesis statement or a thesis sentence. And the thesis statement summarizes what your point is for the essay, what your overall argument is. If you're describing something, it will describe the exact thing that you're going to describe. One thing I like to tell students about the thesis statement is you can take it out of the essay and it summarizes what your whole essay is about. And so if you can take that sentence out of your essay and it summarizes all that you're going to cover in your essay, that's a good thesis statement. Thesis statements can come in two forms. There's forecasting, which means that it lists out what your 3 body paragraphs are going to be about. And then there's a broad thesis. And a broad thesis just generally gives information about your topic. So for an example, if you were to talk about places you want to travel in your essay, the forecasting thesis could be something like, I would like to travel to Paris, France, England, and New Zealand. And so your first body paragraph would be about Paris, France, your second body paragraph would be about England, and your third body paragraph would be about New Zealand. So that's the forecasting thesis statement. That's if you are listing out specifically what your 3 body paragraphs are about. Another option is to have a broad thesis statement. So a broad thesis in that example could be something like, I'm interested in traveling internationally. And so that is what your essay is about, but notice I didn't list out the specific locations that I'm going to travel to. So based off your topic, it might be preferable to have a forecasting thesis or broad. I don't have a preference personally, honestly. I just wanted to give you guys those options just to explain exactly how a thesis could function. Say if you are doing your forecasting thesis and you have those 3 body paragraphs, the first sentence in the body paragraphs is called a topic sentence, and that summarizes what that body paragraph is about. So for that example that I talked about with traveling, your first topic sentence for your first body paragraph, remember that's Paris, France, could be something like, I'm interested in the architectural history of Paris, France. And then I could go into the Eiffel Tower, there's the Notre Dame, there's so many different, Sacré-Cœur, so there's a lot of places in Paris, France that have a lot of architectural history to them. And so that would be what my first body paragraph is about. And notice I give that explicitly in the topic sentence, that very first sentence in your body paragraph. A topic sentence for your second body paragraph would focus on England. And it might be something like, the landscape in England is a place I really want to travel to. And so I would talk about the rolling hills of the English countryside, the cottages, the little towns, that sort of thing that I want to focus on in England. And then my last body paragraph is about New Zealand. And the topic sentence for it might be something like, the cinematic history of New Zealand intrigues me because I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, and I would love to visit the Shire. They still have the Shire set up and that sort of thing. And a lot of the mountains that they filmed on would be glorious. So I would focus on specifically the cinematic Lord of the Rings history of New Zealand. So, and then the very last paragraph in a 5-paragraph essay is your conclusion paragraph. You need to conclude your topic. You want to wrap up what you're discussing. If there's a lesson for the reader to learn, let them know the lesson. It's kind of your so what paragraph. You want the reader to have that note of finality for your topic. So whatever you feel like you would want to know as a reader about the topic to kind of wrap it up, then that's what needs to go in your conclusion. As far as links for these, I have word links for each essay topic, but sentence links, I really recommend 5 sentences for your introduction and 5 sentences for the conclusion. And those 3 body paragraphs, I recommend around 8 sentences because then it'll feel like a complete paragraph. You don't want to turn in, some students try to turn in 3-sentence introductions. That certainly doesn't introduce your topic. It barely introduces what you're going to write about And so I really recommend 5 sentences for your introduction, 5 sentences for the conclusion, and 8 sentences for those body paragraphs. And as always, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask me. I know some of you might not have written essays in a long time, or you might not be a confident writer. I'm here to help you through this entire semester. I'm only an email or phone call away, even though this is an online course. I'm always here for you. And so if you ever need to ask a question, please do send those questions to me. I'm always happy to help you out. I understand writing can be a very daunting thing for students, and so I want to help you through this process so that you become a more confident writer by the end of the semester. That's really my goal as an instructor, is I want you to be very confident in your writing abilities by the end of the semester. So don't forget to take that introduction multiple choice quiz that's in the week 1 folder. Definitely check that out. It's only 10 questions. It's based only on this video. So once you've watched the video, you're prepared for your little 10 question quiz. Let me know if you have any questions. Welcome to my class, and I hope you have a fantastic day.